The funnest thing of recording our instruments was, you know, just, I guess putting the pieces of the puzzle together, basically. Every member's like bringing different, I guess riffs or whatever you want to call it to the table. I'm glad to, be doing this project. It's really been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Ever since I, started music. Alternative is like my style, and I'm glad to share with these kids that are doing it with me. We'll be playing some shows soon, mostly acoustic shows at first, and then we'll be going around playing. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be one of the funnest projects, and because I'm so close with the band members.
Well, I think the hardest part of, like, on my end isn't really the guitars, because we still have our heavy element from, like, the writing that I've been doing. But I think the hardest part is coming up with, like, the melodies, because, you listen to, like, all the alternative bands out there today, and just, like, all the melodies are like really good and so professional, and if you don't have a good melody, you could completely ruin a verse or completely ruin a chorus and just throw it off. And I hate when I hear a band and you hear a verse or a chorus that doesn't sound quite as good as possible, and it kind of ruins the song for me. So it's really important that every melody, every riff, every chord fits together absolutely perfect, and especially the drums. What I've learned from writing alternative is it's a lot harder, because you can't just write a riff in 5 seconds and throw it down. You have to write it, and once it's recorded, listen to it over and over again, and delete it then, because usually the first thing you do isn't the best. I'm gonna say that it took us longer to write this stuff than it did our heavier stuff, because back when we were writing our heavier stuff, we would just throw down a riff or something, a chorus, and we would just leave it. But this time we've been going back over it, listening to it over and over again, and critiquing it really intensely. And now that we have more members that actually, have that musical ear, have a better musical ear, it's really hard to get away with mess-ups. It's really hard to get away with riffs that aren't as good as they could possibly be, because we have, say, 2-3 more people critiquing us. So I gotta say, though, this is probably the most fun I've had since the Estrada. The project element was pretty fun, but it was just 2 people. Not as fun as actually being in a band with more people that you can actually write with and draw inspiration from. So I gotta say, it's definitely a lot more fun. Kind of reminds me of back when I was in Estrada. But this time the music's not as heavy, but it's definitely well more thought out. And I gotta say that it definitely is not better because they're 2 completely separate elements, but it's definitely a lot more fun this time.